Traveler community. I am so excited because I am here on my first Adventures by Disney trip with Easy Disney, and we all know that the lady who is the head honcho, the woman in charge, the man behind the curtain, if you will, Sandy Nussbaum. And we are here with them today, this whole week actually, on the Danube, just experiencing the Adventures by Disney Advantage and really the Easy Disney Advantage. And I can just tell you, as you know, with being a part of the Wordy Traveler community, we have traveled a lot, both through the written word, but also in real life. And I have never experienced a trip like this. And I'm not just saying that to say that, I'm just being honest, because the attention to detail, not having to think or plan anything, I just tell them, hey, we'd like to do this, or we would like to experience that, or hey, you know what, I prefer this over this. And just like a Disney movie, boom, bibbidi boppity boom, it appears. And we are just so incredibly impressed. But one of the things, and I'll be honest, can I be honest with you guys right now? So we're having a Cindy counseling moment with you. I was kind of concerned on this trip because my husband and I, we've always traveled by ourselves. We've always been pretty independent. We just kind of went on to Google or Expedia and we just booked a trip and we showed up and went on the internet and just decided what we wanted to do, and we just did it. And one of my big fears was, number one, am I going to be able to do the things that I want to do? Which I can tell you, I've been able to do way more than I ever thought I could do here. And one of my dream destinations was Salzburg. Sound of Music. We did it today. Blown away. Completely fulfilled that bucket list. But one of the other things is, I'm a little scared here on if I'm gonna like the people I'm traveling with, because these are complete strangers, and what happens if we're not alike or we're not into the same thing? But then I met Mike and Leigh-Anne on this trip. They actually were seated with us at dinner. I'm like, oh no, it's kind of like a first date. Are they gonna like us? Are we gonna jive? Is this gonna be bad? And we have had a great time with Mike and Leigh-Anne, but they said something. They've done multiple trips with Adventures by Disney. They've done multiple trips with Easy Disney. They've done multiple trips with Sandy by Easy Disney. And then they said something like, oh, we went on the Peru trip. And I'm like, hark, actually next year we are partnered with Sandy. We're partnered with Easy Disney. We're partnered with Adventures by Disney, and we are so excited to be doing the first Adventures by Disney Wordy Traveler Peru trip. But I know when I say I'm excited about it, you're like, Cindy, of course you're excited about it because you partnered with them. Of course Adventures by Disney's excited about it because they're Adventures by Disney. Of course Sandy's excited about it because she's with Easy Disney and Adventures by Disney. Tell me the real deal. Well, here is Mike and Leigh-Anne. They told us the real deal before they even knew who we were or what we were doing. So I just want you to hear about really kind of our new besties on this trip and an amazing couple, Mike and Leigh-Anne. Talk to you a little bit about why the Peru trip is going to be so special.
Well, where do we start? Let's start with this. How about we start with the surprises?
Oh.
We were very surprised. You expect a certain level of elegance with Disney. I mean, Disney's always going to say they do the best. We were surprised by some things. We went. Peru is not necessarily where you would think that there would be 5-star this or
luxury.
Yeah.
But we stayed in a place where we're in a village in Peru as we're making our way to Machu Picchu, which is phenomenal. I mean, it's a bucket list item, right? You have to do it. And the way Disney did it, they're limiting the time now in Machu Picchu. So you can either go only in the morning or in the afternoon. You only get a 4-hour time band window, and you need to order your tickets far in advance. You can't just show up and expect to go visit Machu Picchu. The Adventures by Disney takes care of all of that for you, which was phenomenal of itself. And if you wanted to stay longer, you could. We in fact got to stay a little bit longer than our time, because they had that day set up for it. But the accommodations that we stayed at before going there was what really surprised us. we went into this village, and we thinking to myself, where is this hotel going to be? It looked like a very tiny village, and we all of a sudden go through this gate that opens up, and there were all these little bungalows, and it looked like a little village within a village. But all of a sudden, the village got nicer, like much nicer. And we stayed in rooms that were little houses.
Yeah.
So we had a little tiny townhouse, and the bed. You want to
Oh my
describe the bed?
gosh. The bed was heavenly, like a mattress that I just didn't want to get out of bed. So comfortable. They put hot water bottles in the bed for you in the evening times because it would get cold, and you just wanted to snuggle in, and it was like heaven, sleeping in there.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And from that same accommodation, we were able to reach Machu Picchu, but at the same time, we also, the very next day, we had a river rafting experience.
Oh yeah.
So you talk about something that's more cultural, and then something more
and then
exciting.
adventurous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't adventurous in where you had to be scared or nervous. They had guides that were helping you along the way, and they just made the experience fun and exciting. And I felt safe the entire time. I think what I love about Disney is they make it so easy for you. You don't have to think about anything. And the guides that they provide you with are very knowledgeable about the country that you're visiting and the cities that you're visiting. Our guide there was from Lima, and actually we'd go into certain towns and he would know people. And they'd be saying hi, and it just was such a wonderful experience knowing that you were with somebody who knew what they were doing. And again, if there was an issue, they could easily address it. And I just felt at ease the entire time. And I felt like I was on a vacation that I never expected, ever have imagined.
And they treat you like it's only you. It's almost like
Yeah.
you're almost in a bubble going through Peru. We went to a llama and alpaca farm, and we're thinking, okay, we're gonna go on this tour and whatnot. We show up, there's nobody else there except the llamas. And so we got right up close and personal, no fighting crowds for anything. The llamas are right there. Get as close as you want. Be careful, they do spit. But it was
Take selfies with them.
Take selfies with
Yeah.
them. I mean, it was just phenomenal. Learn about them. It was a great learning. One of the things I think is underrated about this is that you want to learn and you actually want to get some knowledge about a place or about what that culture is like. You can go pretty deep with Adventures by Disney as well. And one of the great things too is they're often surprises.
Yeah.
Like Sandy set up a surprise for us that Leigh-Anne just loved because it's one of her favorite things in the world.
Oh, chocolate. Chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate,
Amen,
right?
sister friend.
And she had found an experience for us where we could go and we could make chocolate one afternoon, and it was fabulously fun because you could mix in all these things and make all these different flavors, and it was again, so Disney's about magic, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Adventures by Disney provides you, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's exclusive.
Yeah.
You're limited to a smaller group. You do get to. There aren't so many people that you feel like you're isolated, but there aren't too few where you figure, oh, if I don't like these people, I'm going to have a problem.
Right.
It just seems to work out where you have people that are sort of like mind and of like spirit.
Yeah.
And so
We have walked away from each of our adventures having met people that we really enjoyed being with and have stayed in contact with since. And I think that's what I love about these experiences is you meet people along the way and you can stay connected with them. Yeah, it's great. Like you guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this date went well, this week-long date with you guys. But thank you guys. I really appreciate that you were willing. We are actually, it's the four of us in this huge dining room tonight. We're in a private chef's tasting and probably one of the top 5 meals I've had. And this is from a girl who lived in Paris, who lived in London, who's traveled extensively, who is a foodie, who completely relates to the food critic in the movie Ratatouille, which is, if I don't like it, I spit it out. But we've had a phenomenal time. And I'm just gonna say this, for those of you who are watching this and you're like, oh, they're just trying to sell us a trip. The Wordy Traveler makes no money off of this trip. We're honestly just wanted to partner with Sandy, with Easy Disney with Adventures by Disney, just to provide an opportunity of, hey, you guys are reading about all these incredible places. Like right now we have Ireland getting ready to launch. Woohoo! Ireland, very excited. And first quarter next year, we are going to be doing the written journey to Peru. And then you guys are going to be experiencing what we're experiencing now with quarter 2 being the Danube River journey. I'm so excited about that one. We're getting so many great ideas. But to number one, be able to meet you in person, to be able to have an experience together, but also to be able to offer literally a cultural immersion that is far above what you will get with any other company. I am so excited and I'm so thankful that Sandy reached out to us. There is a total of 20 rooms on this trip, and I believe we're over halfway sold. So if you are interested in joining us, and fingers crossed, pray, I hope you do, because I really want to experiencing this with you and to experience all these wonderful opportunities. Please contact either support@thewordytraveler.com and we can send you the information for Sandy at Easy Disney. Or if you look below, we'll have a link to Easy Disney, their Facebook and Instagram, as well as their website, and just reach out to Sandy. She will take phenomenal care of you. So thank you, Wordy Traveler community. You guys are incredible. And I just want to say this. We're getting ready to make our Q3 donation to Vitamin Angels. And literally just this year alone, we've helped over 3,200 children have life-saving nutrition for an entire year. We've helped multiple small businesses like the Ohio Tea Company, like Fair Dinkum Coffee. And believe it or not, you say, what does this book subscription do? You literally are changing the world one book at a time. And I am so thankful for each and every one of you. So I hope you guys are having a great night. Thank you for being part of a community of readers who want to make a difference. And I say good night.
Oh, and remember, Mike and Leigh-Anne not included in the upcoming trip.
Yeah.
You have to find your own friends.